All right, let's continue to go through the calls. Dan in Washington. Dan, you're on the line.
Oh, hi. I was just calling to report in that I had called the mayor's office in Newark and asked how I could get my $1,000 reward for turning a gun person in. And they sent me to the 800 number that was busy, so I called back again and acted all excited. So they put me through to one of their representatives, and I had a talk with him, and he explained the program, and it was really quite alarming how Nazi-ish the program is. And what they do is they can basically you turn someone in, and if there's a conviction or a crime, they give you a PIN number, and you go to a bank that they tell you to go to, and you get a reward. It's all anonymous. There's no repercussions. There's you can text the report in, you can fax the report in, you can give it over the phone. It's really quite amazing how you can go and just give any information, get a PIN number. And
now, you said text and fax. Does that mean that they text or fax you back your confirmation number, or can you give them an email or something? You don't even have to physically talk to somebody, is what you're telling me?
No, yeah, you can text. Hey, Jeff, pull up that text site again. Hang on, we have it up online here. Hang on.
Sure. But my question is, when you talk to these guys, are they texting you it back so you physically don't have to talk to anybody? In other words, that confirmation code they give you, will they text that back to you as well?
Yeah, actually, it was we had it. It was text to 274-637, and that leads to a company called TipSoft.
And you know, by the way, that this company isn't doing it for free. This is also a private organization that's going to be benefiting from this as well. You know, so who's paying for this? It's the taxpayers. They can't just give $1,000 out for every gun. You know, they don't magically have like a bucket of money. No, that comes from you. You're the reason that they have Stasi forces, because you're paying your taxes. I thank you for the call. We're going to continue to take callers. Maria, Terry, Rob, Rick, and more on the other side. It's the Alex Jones Show. Folks, if you don't have the Obama deception, if you don't have Fabled Enemies, go to Infowars.com right now and grab a copy. It is so essential to waking people up.
The New World Order beast is genetically modifying your food, mixing vegetables with animals, and now experimenting with viruses. Without a long-term food solution, you will have just two options: starve, or surrender. All canned food supplies will eventually run out. What then? Grow your own healthy food and feed your family forever. SurvivalistSeeds.com is now the nation's largest bulk heirloom seed company. And it's owned by a real patriot, Big John Lipscomb. You can now have an infinite amount of healthy vegetables like a watermelon, a bundle of carrots, or tomatoes for a little more than a penny each. SurvivalistSeeds.com. And now you can go into business with Big John at SurvivalistSeeds.com by becoming an affiliate. See his link at SurvivalistSeeds.com.
All right, let's go to Maria in California. Maria, you're on the line.
Hey, Burmese, when is your show coming back on?
I am actually starting my Sunday show. When I get back, I'm going to California for a week to shoot for my next film, Invisible Empire. I'm going to be doing a couple interviews out there. And then, as long as my plane is on time, I'm going to start doing a weekly wrap-up show for Alex Jones at 6 to 9 weekly. And the first show, I believe, is July 26th. And I'm going to be doing just a 3-hour bonanza on the Bohemian Grove and Secret Society, seeing as the Grove will be kicking off their little endeavor, if you will, in mid-July. And then after I release Invisible Empire, and I'm shooting for a December 24th release date, hopefully in the beginning of January, I will be back 5 nights a week.
Nice. So I'm calling in to report on something I did. I went to Planned Parenthood yesterday just to ask them questions about, you know, how everything works and to get, quote-unquote, educated. And they were trying to push, like, birth control on me, and they were saying that it would be good for me because it would be good for complexion, even though I have a clear face, no pimples, and that it would prevent cysts. And I was just checking everything out, and there was a lot of teenagers in there, and they had, like, MTV playing, and it was just really shocking to me.
Well, they try to make it as hip and comfortable as possible as they try to promote eugenics to the youth. And, you know, I remember as a kid, actually, one of the girls that I saw at this wedding, she was on birth control solely for her complexion, if you will, back when she was 14 or 15 years old. It's amazing to me what they will push on young women in this country.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was just pretty scary to confirm everything I've been hearing on this show. And
well, you know, We are telling the truth here, and it is unfortunate that an organization that tries to parade around as, social help for those that need it are nothing but dirty eugenicists, and they really are out there to depopulate this world. That's what this is. It's eugenics. It's depopulation. It's control. We'll be back after this. It's the Alex Jones Show.
Do you understand how dark it is? How far down the line we are? How late it is?
And you hide from my eyes, and you turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly.
All right, we are back. It's the Alex Jones Show. I am Jason Burma sitting in. And one of the stories that I just totally and completely forgot about because it's a day ago, and the media doesn't follow up on big stories like this, is that DHS, through drills, let me say this again, DHS, through drills, was able to get bombs into 10 separate buildings. Really? So DHS and government agencies, through drills, are able to plant bombs in buildings. Weird. Sounds a lot like 9/11. But if you bring that up, if you say that they were running drills on 9/11 or they were redoing security, remember, while they're redoing security, what better opportunity to run a drill to put explosives in that they think are not real? They think they're mock explosives. They think they're dummy detonators than to run drills and do so. And again, we ain't finding bombs in any other buildings by Al-Qaeda or extremist groups like in the DHS reports. No, it's the government that is able to get explosives into buildings. And that's why we're going to play this clip coming up at the 30 after break. It's a long clip, so we're going to wait. But a lot of people of you are aware that Niles Harriott, along with, and Niles Harriott is overseas, by the way, along with Richard Gage and Stephen Jones, have uncovered the fact that unexploded thermite has been discovered, or thermate, has been discovered in the rubble at the World Trade Center. And, of course, this would explain why World Trade Center 1, 2, and 7 fell into their own footprint at almost free fall speed, because there were explosives in the buildings. And remember, World Trade Center Building 7 would not have been able to be rigged for demolition unless it was done by intelligence or the U.S. government. Well, that sounds ludicrous, Jason. Why is that? Well, not only did it have the largest CIA base outside of Langley, Virginia, you think that the CIA might conduct surveillance on the building where their largest office is in the middle of Manhattan in the World Trade Center complex? The Department of Defense was there. The Securities and Exchange Commission was there. The IRS was there. The Office of Emergency Management was there. And let's not forget, the largest Secret Service office in the world was there. And again, the media spins it like, oh, this is dangerous. Terrorists can get bombs in buildings. No, the government, posing as other government officials, can get bombs into buildings. And you can bet that's what they did. It's not like they just walked in as some, Joe Schmo with a pizza. No, they probably had, identification that said, no, I'm part of a government organization. And then they said, well, they were able to get into bathrooms even when they were locked. See, what they did, and by the way, I had a long discussion with my friend who worked security at JFK and LaGuardia Airport for years after 9/11. He almost went to Iraq. They didn't end up taking him, but he was a U.S. military guy. And he explained exactly what they did to me yesterday to me years ago. He said what they do is they smuggle in different parts, and they hit you so hard that you can only catch so many people. So a lot of people get through with these parts of explosives. And then there's somebody else who comes in with no explosives, with nothing whatsoever. He knows where to go, and then he will assemble the explosives somewhere else, mainly in a bathroom. And these guys were able to trick other employees to open up bathrooms for them so that they could put these explosives together. Back after this, it's the Alex Jones Show.